the remaining part of ion exchange process. I am taking this as a part B of ion exchange process as a separate video. Okay, we have already seen the process. Two types of resins we are using. One is cation exchanger, another is anion exchanger. The name itself indicates cation exchanger will trap the soluble cations like calcium ions, like magnesium ions, like ferrous ions, and so on. Anion exchanger will trap the anions present in a hard water, in a raw water, in a soluble form. Okay, like chlorides, like nitrates, like bicarbonates, like sulfates, and so on. Now, construction and working of the ion exchange process. Diagram of the plant, not to the scale, rough diagram, but correct one. Different size and dimensions of the plants are available as per the capacity of resin, as per the capacity to soften the water, volume of water. Now, explanation for the plant and process. The plant consists of 3 cylindrical tanks or 3 containers of given size. First container is having somewhere at the center of the container or the cylinder or the steel tank, cation exchange resin is fixed along with certain sand filters or along with a gravel layer. That sand filter will trap the fine soluble fine PPT. Okay. Second container is fitted with anion exchange resin along with the sand filter, and third container is a degasifier that expelled out the gases present in water, mainly oxygen and carbon dioxide. So these 3 tanks are connected by pumps and pipe. Okay. When you allow the hard water to pass over the bed of resin at a specified rate, first resin will trap the cations, which has some perforations or perforated support. So this water is allowed to pass. So cations get trapped here, positive ions get trapped here, soluble ions. Same water is allowed to pass through this pipe in the second container, which is fitted with the bed of anion exchange resin. Simply that traps the or take the or hold the soluble anions, okay, along with the sand filter. Simple operation. Same water is allowed to pass through third container, which is a degasifier that expelled out, that removes dissolved gases in water, which has stainless steel trays placed over one another. Okay. So at a high temperature, the water is allowed to pass so as to remove the gases, and slowly the water come down and can be softened. So from the final outlet, the soft water coming from the final outlet is free from cations, is free from anions, as well as free from the gases. Okay. Now this first tank has a separate inlet for acid. That acid is required for regeneration of exhausted bed of zeolite. Similarly, second tank is also provided with a separate inlet for base that is allowed to pass during the regeneration of this exhausted bed of the zeolite. Okay, this is a simple process. Theoretically studying it is very easy. Even the operation of the process is quite easy. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of ion exchange process and ion exchange plant? Advantages are, firstly, the water we are getting from the outlet is having hardness 5 to 10 milligram per liter or parts per million. So very good quality of water, very soft water is obtained by this process. First plus point. Second, during the entire process, there is no formation of precipitate. Okay. So there is no removal, though there is no issue, there is no problem of removal of the precipitate. So that is taken as a second point. Third, highly acidic, highly alkaline water can be easily softened by the process. That is the third plus point. Fourth is that regeneration of cation exchanger as well as anion exchanger is quite easy process. Just you have to pass the acid and base over the bed of respective resins or exhausted resins, and overall operation is also quite easy. So these are the 4-5 advantages of the process. What are the drawbacks? What are the disadvantages? First point is that if you are passing through this inlet, if you pass highly turbid water, then it may choke the bed partially. Proper softening may not be occur. Proper regeneration of the bed may not be possible. And second drawback is, or second disadvantage is that cost of the plant is quite high. Okay, so this much is required for a short note of 6 marks as far as exam is concerned. Basic principle: what is cation exchanger, what is anion exchanger, resin reactions, regeneration reactions. Same for anion exchanger, resin reactions, regeneration reaction, diagram of the plant, symmetrical good looking diagram, construction, explanation of the process, advantages and disadvantages. These many 6-7 headings should be there in your answer. Okay, I think this much is sufficient. Thank you.